So Chrissy B's Christmas. Well, let me start off with Christmases growing up. I remember always having a tree packed full of presents underneath, and we weren't allowed to open any of them until, not even Christmas morning, we were allowed to open them. We had to wait until everyone had had a shower, we were all downstairs for breakfast. Then after we cleared up everything, then we were allowed to go and open our presents all together as a family. That's me, my sister and my parents. Now, my mum had this tradition even when we were, I think we were even in our 20s, where she would actually still come into the bedroom in the middle of the night and leave some smaller presents at the end of our bed. So even though we knew all about Santa and everything like that, she still insisted on coming into the room late at night to leave gifts at the end of the bed. So we were allowed to open those, of course, on Christmas morning. Then after opening all the presents and cleaning up again, because we always had to clean up after ourselves, we were off to my uncle's house for Christmas dinner with the entire family. And we just spent time there stuffing our faces and dancing, trying to dance off all the food that we'd eaten, and then basically just lazing around and then speaking with cousins. Now, more recently, since I got together with Michael, I did spend a few Christmases with him, and they were allowed to open presents at midnight, which was different. Grandma would make this thing called pepper pots. So for those of you from Guyana or from the West Indies, you're familiar with that. So we'd have that for breakfast, which is a kind of sweet oxtail, and you'd have that with bread and butter, delicious. So after that heavy breakfast, they would also have a heavy lunch and just be zoned out for the rest of the day because we were so full. And more recently, since I got married now, my Christmases have been quite a lot different. So I will normally spend Christmas Day with Michael and sometimes family and friends as well. But there are other things that I like to do over the Christmas period. One thing that I love to do over the Christmas period is to go to Winter Wonderland, because I am a huge kid at heart. So I love the family atmosphere actually, because nowadays you don't see many families together going out together, and everyone's on their phones all the time. So going there, people don't do that. There's also a lot of tourists, a lot of families, and you see the kids being kids basically, and doing things like ice skating and going on the rides, and it's just such a lovely atmosphere. And of course I love the food stalls, so me and hubby will go there and get our traditional burgers because they're really nice, they're really, really good, with the big chunky chips. And just walking around, and there's some nice little shops there, you can buy nice gifts for people, so that's always a must. Something else that I love to do is to visit tea shops. Well, actually, tea shops are something that I do frequently with Michael and with friends and family. So I do love to go to different tea shops where it's nice and cozy, have a hot drink and a nice dessert, and that's really fun. I would say the most important thing in my life is my faith in God. Though I had and have my family and Michael, that didn't solve the issues that I had inside. And as you guys know, the issues that I had with depression and panic attacks and all the other things. So when I discovered faith and I started to receive the positive messages, and really, it was really uplifting for me. So that to me is the most important thing in my life, because that's what changed my life around. And obviously, of course, over Christmas and throughout the year actually, I do attend church services, and I go there to feed my spirit, because I think many people nowadays, they look after their body with the physical fitness, they look after their soul, which is their relationships and stuff, but a lot of people forget that they have a spiritual side as well, that when they tap into that and when they tap into faith, that also complements and can transform the other areas of your life as well. So I think that's missing from a lot of people's lives. So I make sure that I invest in my spirit as well as my body and my health and my relationships as well. And of course, because of the strength that I've received, it gives me that kind of burning desire, I would say, to help other people as well. So I'm involved in mentoring. So I do mentor other women. I help them kind of work through their issues, their problems. I help them develop personally as well, help them with any kind of problems they're going through in their family, anything like that. So I'm always there to give advice and to help other women because I know what it's like to have been through their kind of problems. And something else I like to do over Christmas as well, because I believe Christmas should be about giving to others too. So I regularly take part in fundraising activities. So there are times when, for example, I'm out with a bucket and a fundraising collection bucket, and I'll be there the whole day in the freezing cold singing Christmas carols and trying to collect money for charity. So that is something else that I love to do as well. So there you have it, Chrissy B's Christmas, consisting of spending time with my beloved husband, friends and family, having fun, going out, investing in my spirit, and also trying to give back to my community as well.